Sitaram, everyone. I would like to join with Bhaiji Vijay Bisram in sing a very special welcome to all of you who are gathered here this beautiful holy evening at our ashram, and also those who have joined us on Facebook Live. We really appreciate your presence either physically or virtually with us in satsang. I would like to recognize the presence of our other two resident Swamijis, Swami Biswanathanandaji Maharaj and Swami Shivamurtanandaji Maharaj, and our Kirtan group, and all our volunteers serving in the kitchen, serving at the information desk, serving in the mandir. Wherever you are serving, I would like to recognize you, because without you, our satsang will not be the same. Devotees, today is TRISHUL Purnima. To the Hindu world is Paushi Purnima. But to devotees of Bharat Sevashram Sangha, it is TRISHUL Purnima. Why? Some people who do not associate with the ashram, they're curious to know, why do we call Paushi Purnima, the Purnima in January, TRISHUL Purnima? And why is it so important to us? I will use 3 chaupais from Shiv Chalisa and a doha from Ramcharitmanas to try to explain the importance of TRISHUL Purnima to devotees of Guru Maharaj. In this chaupai, Tulsidas writes,
Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. Shankara ho sankat ke nasan, Vigna vinasan, Mangal karana. Shankara ho sankat ke nasan, Vigna vinasan, Mangal karana. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Yogi yati muni dhyan lagave, sarara narara sanavave. Yogi yati muni dhyan lagave, sarara narara sanavave. Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Actually, Shiv Chalisa is written by Ayodhya Das and not Tulsidas. So the chaupai is from Ayodhya Das. First, I want to establish the relationship between Lord Shiva and Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj's father was called Vishnu Charandas. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. But whether you're a devotee of God or not, life is filled with ups and downs. And Vishnu Charandas, a fairly wealthy landowner, was facing a series of crises. He was in danger of losing all his land, all his wealth, to be totally ruined materially because of unscrupulous people who were trying to steal what was his. In life, trials and tribulations can do one of two things to us. As devotees of God, when trials come, we can question, I am a devotee of God, and this is happening to me. I'm just wasting my time. So we can give up on God. Some people have. On the other hand, we can reason this way. Lord, you are my only refuge. You are my only protector. You are the only one who can save me from these trials and difficulties. You are my shield. You are my strength. And for those who think this way, trials and tribulations force them into greater devotion to God. Vishnu Charandas belonged to the latter class. His trials did not break him. His trials forced him nearer to God. He took a vow that for 1 year, he would not sleep at nights. Perhaps he just slept an hour or two during the day, and at nights he would worship Lord Shiva, chanting his names, japa, meditation, prayers. When he felt tired, he would get up and walk. And when his sleepiness went away, he will sit again in meditation. It was not easy. You know how hard it is to wake up even one night without any sleep. But he went on like this for nearly a year. His determination was as fierce as ever. And coming towards the end of that year, he had Darshan of Lord Shiva. The Lord appeared in a vision to Vishnu Charan and said, "O Vishnu Charan, I'm touched. I'm pleased with your devotion. By my grace, all your problems will disappear soon. I myself would take form as your son, not only for your benefit, but for the benefit of the entire world. I will come." And so, in the course of time, a little baby was born. His name was Binod. He was very different from other children in the sense that he had very little interest in play and in toys. At a very early age, when his mother will sit in front of the altar and pray, he would go and sit on her lap and he would close his eyes in meditation. He was a born yogi. And as he grew, 5, 6 years old, he was meditating all by himself. Nobody to teach him, but he was meditating several hours every day. 12 years old, 12 to 14 hours every day in meditation. He was manifesting the qualities of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, we see, is the eternal yogi, Adi yogi, always in his divine bliss. So, we see that Binod is a Shiv avatar. Some people will say, well, the scriptures tell us that Shiva has no avatar. I don't know which scriptures say so, but they say that. But to them, I would respond this way. If you say that God cannot take form, then you're saying in the same breath that God is not all-powerful, aren't you? You're saying what God can do and what God can't do. So then he's not all-powerful if he can't take form at his wish. Which is absurd because we know that God is all-powerful. If I'm teaching kindergarten children about the autumn, I will teach them that the atom has a central nucleus and it has shells of, or it has a shell of electrons around it, because they will understand that easily. If a kindergarten child were to open a university college text and see that the atom is much more than that there is not only one shell, but there are many shells, and electrons have spins, and electrons are sometimes behaving like clouds, and that child will put down that book because the child can't understand. His level is not yet there. But is it right for him to say that the university text is false because his kindergarten text says that this is the autumn? That would be absurd. So those who do not understand spiritual truths, they will have doubts. But those who know would understand. So, as Vinod grew, his spirituality, his inclination to spirituality increased. And he felt for suffering mankind. Lord Shiva is called Ashutosh, the compassionate one. Lord Shiva feels for all of us. The Rudraksha Mala was born out of the tears of Lord Shiva. When the tears of God fell on the ground, the Rudraksha tree sprouted. God is shedding tears for us. He sees what we're going through. But because He has given us free will, He cannot force Himself on us. If He were to force His love on us, then He'll be violating our free will. So He doesn't do that. He cannot help us unless we open up ourselves to His help. Yesterday I posted on Facebook that God cares for us every day. He gives us food, water, air to breathe. These are His love gifts. So many other things. He gave us the power to reason. He keeps our hearts beating every day, every moment. And for those who care to listen to the small inner voice He's broadcasting continuously, my children, I love you. Come back home to me. And as I mentioned, the words of a great master, that imagine you're giving your love gifts to someone. You keep on giving and giving, and that someone is taking your gifts and enjoying your gifts, but that someone doesn't think about you, doesn't care about you, how hurt you'll feel. In the same way, God feels very hurt at our indifference. But yet He's not angry with us. He's continuously broadcasting His love and giving us His love gifts, hoping that one day we will pause, acknowledge His love, and return His love. So just as how Lord Shiva cares for all of us, His children, Guru Maharaj cared for suffering mankind. Even as a young boy of 10, 12 years old, he was taking care of poor children at school, collecting money to buy clothes for them, footwear for them, buying medicine for the elderly, forming a group of like-minded boys to cook for those who were hungry. In Guru Maharaj, you know, Lord Shiva, you always see Lord Shiva with his Trishul. Guru Maharaj also, during his sadhana, he always had his Trishul with him. As he meditated, the holy vibrations generated from his body were also absorbed by his companion, his Trishul. It became charged by the power of Lord Shiva. So, Guru Maharaj, for us, the devotees of Bharat Sevashram Sangha, is a Shiv avatar. If you were to go to our head office, especially during Maghi Purnima, you'll see big pictures of Guru Maharaj on the streets of Calcutta. And they all will say, Shiv avatar, Swami Pranavanandaji Maharaj. What is the symbolism of the Trishul? In this next Chaupai, Ayodhyadas writes,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Trahi trahi mein naat pukaru, yahi avasari mohi aaniyo baro. Trahi trahi mein naat pukaru, yahi avasari mohi aaniyo baro. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Lai Trishul Shatruni ko maro, Lai Trishul Shatruni ko maro. Sankat se mohi aaniyo baro, Sankat se mohi aaniyo baro. Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya.
The Chaupai says, hearken, my Lord, I call for your help. Menat pukaru, I call for your help, my Lord. Trahi, trahi, save me, my Lord. Please come quickly, my protector. Bring your Trishul and destroy these enemies which are threatening to destroy me, Lord. Rescue me from my burning woe. Lord Shiva is called Trishul Udsav, the one who carries the Trishul. The Trishul is a weapon, a potent weapon in the hands of Lord Shiva, a weapon for the dark forces, for the destruction of the dark forces. The Trishul also has deep symbology. It has 3 prongs. If you look at the Trishul, you have 3 points like that. The one in the middle is higher and the other 2 a bit lower. The 3 prongs symbolize that Lord Shiva is the creator, sustainer, and dissolver of this universe. He creates this universe. He's sustaining it. And at the end of time, he absorbs it back into himself. The 3 prongs also symbolize that. The prongs symbolize the 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Lord Shiva is beyond the 3 gunas. The 3 gunas we have within us to a greater or lesser extent. Those who are evil, they are steeped in tamaguna. Those who are materially minded, they're steeped in rajaguna. And those who are striving to be good, to be spiritual, they're steeped in sattva guna. But we all have a mixture of them. Those who are striving to know God, sattva is a bit more predominant. But Lord Shiva is beyond all gunas. The 3 prongs also symbolize the 3 lokas, Swarga, Bhu, and Patal. Swarg means heaven, Bhu means this earth, and Patal means the lower world. That Lord Shiva is the Lord of all the worlds. The 3 prongs also mean Trayata, the 3 miseries. What are the 3 miseries? We have physical miseries when we have diseases, when we have bodily sufferings. That is one type of suffering. We have mental sufferings, like when we are subjected to a lot of stress, when the mind is very much agitated. That is mental suffering. And we also have spiritual suffering, when we are subjected to greed, anger, lust, and so on. Lord Shiva is the one who can remove Trayatap. He is the one who can remove these 3 sufferings. But perhaps the most important symbology, especially for yogis, is that the 3 prongs represent 3 nerve channels within the spine. The Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna. These are 3 nerve channels. Many times I speak of Kundalini lying at the base of the spine. When we do japa, when we do meditation, we're activating this energy which flows up the Sushumna and travels through the chakras as we develop more and more until it goes to the Sahasrara chakra where Lord Shiva is. Today I wrote a story about Andak, and I promised to explain the symbology that Andak was a demon, a powerful demon who threatened to destroy all the devas, all the angels. And they appealed to Lord Shiva. Lord, save us from this powerful brute, this powerful demon who is trying to destroy us. And so Lord Shiva, he protected the devas, he covered them with his body, And he hurled his Trishul at Andhak, and the Trishul entered the chest of Andhak. But Andhak did not die immediately because he had done sadhana and he had acquired bones. So Lord Shiva had to lift him up, suspend him on his Trishul, and hold him there for a long time until his life force drained out. His body shriveled and he died. And this is the symbology. The word Andhak means darkness, means gloom, spiritual darkness. This spiritual darkness, this Maya, threatens to overcome all of us, even good people, even the Devas. The Devas are basically good beings. Even those who strive for God realization, this darkness, this Maya, tries to envelop us, try to take us away from God, try to destroy us. Who can save us? Lord Shiva, and he's showing us how to destroy this darkness with the Trishul, meaning the inner Trishul. Awaken the Kundalini and let that power travel up the Shushumna, the inner channel, the central channel. And as it flows up the spine, the darkness that is at the point between the eyebrows vanish, and we see the light of Lord Shiva. And as we take that power to the highest chakra, the yogis tell us, those who are successful yogis, the state of bliss is attained. No more darkness anymore. Andhak is gone forever. So the Trishul is a powerful symbol, physical protection by the Lord, and spiritual protection as well. In this next chaupai, Ayodhya Das writes,
Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. Dani Mahan tum samko nahi, Dani Mahan tum samko nahi, Sevak stuti karat sarahi, Sevak stuti karat sarahi. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Vera namahi matavagai, Vera namahi matavagai, Akata anari vera nahi pai, Akata anari vera nahi pai. Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya.
Your devotees who never tire of hymning your glories declare that none among the beneficent equals you in generosity. Although the Vedas glorify your name, O Lord, you are nonetheless inexpressible and eternal. None can fathom your mystery. Who can understand God? Only He knows what He is. We can have glimpses of what He is. That is why the Vedas says, Neti, Neti, that He's not this and He's not that. They can't say what He is. Only He knows what He is. The Trishul is a symbol of strength and protection. Guru Maharaj in 1916 attained the highest spiritual realization. Oneness with Shiva, oneness with God. A realization which never left him. You might say, well, if Shiva is an avatar, why did he have to do meditation? Why did he have to do sadhana? Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I, the Lord, if I do not set the example, if I just behave like God in an all-conquering way, what example will I set for mankind? If I do not do anything, then people will say the Lord doesn't do anything, and so they will sit down and do nothing. So God sets an example. Guru Maharaj sets an example to us to show us how we can overcome spiritually, how we can find God in this life. He sets that example. There was no need for him to do it. As I said, he was already an avatar, but he did it to set an example. And he always had his Trishul, the Trishul, a symbol of strength and protection. In 1916, but then Guru Maharaj saw how weak and disunited the Hindus were. One day, he heard about a man from another religion in that part of India, which is now Bangladesh. Then it was part of India. That bully went to the market square where the Hindus were, and he said that if any Hindu comes into this market, I will attack him. And he was so strong and such a bully that Hindus were afraid. The men, there were no men really, men in the sense that those who could stand up for Hinduism. Everybody was afraid as this man paced the market square. Only people from his religion were allowed into that market. So when Guru Maharaj heard that, Guru Maharaj was very strong physically. It's remarkable. Guru Maharaj hardly used to eat any nutritious food. His food was boiled rice and boiled potatoes. He wouldn't use milk even. And yet he was so strong, he had the strength of perhaps 10 men. When they asked him, how are you so strong? He said, it is the power of brahmacharya. That is the real strength. So he went, as a brahmachari, he went to the market square and he saw that man and he said, so you have said that no Hindu can come here? He said, yes, and what you can do about it? What can you do about it? He challenged Guru Maharaj, and with lightning speed, Guru Maharaj picked him up and threw him like 10 feet away, hurled him. And when he fell to the ground, he said, oh, Baba, my back is broken. And he begged Guru Maharaj not to kill him, not to destroy him. He said he will never do that again. So Guru Maharaj saw how weak the Hindus were. Another incident. There was this man who was committing crimes against the Hindu. Again, he belonged to this other religion. The people of that religion, they respected Guru Maharaj because Guru Maharaj never looked at religion to help people. When one man was very sick and dying, lying on the road, even though he belonged to a different religion, Guru Maharaj picked him up, took him to his parents' home and nursed him back to life. He didn't look that he was not a Hindu. Another time when he was in meditation in the cremation grounds, he saw a house on fire. It was not a Hindu house, but he didn't look that it was not a Hindu house. It belonged to a non-Hindu, no. He arranged with his followers and buckets of water. They fetched and they put out that fire. So these people from the other religion, they respected Guru Maharaj. They came to him and they said, well, we know that our man has committed these crimes against the Hindus, but we cannot surrender him for justice because he belongs to our religion. Even though this man was a criminal, they were united in protecting him. They would not give him up to be tried for his crimes. Again, Guru Maharaj was astonished. He saw how united these people were and how these Hindus were disunited. And so they were easy targets. So in 1924, at his Siddha pit, at that place in Bangladesh where he attained the highest illumination, Guru Maharaj planted his Trishul. The Trishul that he had carried all his life. Planted it there as a symbol of power, a symbol of strength for the Hindus. Oh Hindus, unite. Oh Hindus, be strong. And he also enlisted physically capable Hindus to form a Rakshidal, a Hindu protection army. He had about 5,000 people enlisted, strong, powerful young men, to protect Hinduism. So, Guru Maharaj established that Trishul at his Siddha pit in 1924 for the Hindus to unite, to become stronger. And he established this army to protect the Hindus. That is why when you see the Guru Arti is done, not so much here because in the West, people don't understand. But in India, you hardly hear the singing. There's a martial drum beating. The sound of a military drum. If you listen to the Arti, sometimes we put on Facebook from our Swamijis in India, you'll hardly hear any chanting, just the beat of that drum. And the Swamis, when they do the Arti, they will, not any kind of dance, they will dance a military dance with weapons. As how we do, sometimes Swamiji does a little dancing, but in India, much more vibrant than that. And with a sword, and with the Trishul, and with the Sudarshan Chakra, with the chakra, you will see them. Why they do that? Because Guru Maharaj wants to instill power through his monks into the people that you're not weak. You're worshippers of power and you should be strong. You should be powerful. Don't be disunited. Don't feel that you're helpless. Guru Maharaj was a great Hindu reformer, a great patriot. So that is why when Guru Arti is done, it is done like that, with a lot of energy and a lot of weapons to instill strength in the Hindus. You're strong, you're powerful. Because he saw how weak the Hindus were, and through his efforts, Hindus started to unite and become stronger. In 1925, the Lord himself revealed to Guru Maharaj a divine mantra to be used by his devotees, his disciples. What was that mantra? Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambhom, the Lord said. Let your disciples, let your devotees chant this mantra. This mantra came directly from the Almighty, directly from God. It is so powerful. That is why we always chant it at our satsangs, and more so on a night like this. When we bathe the Trishul, we worship the Trishul, we sing that mantra, that powerful mantra, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. So dear ones, this is the genesis of Trishul worship, to instill power into the Hindus, a symbol of power and strength, a symbol of unity. We should be strong as Hindus. Only then the enemies of Hinduism will not take their eyes and passes, so to speak. In this concluding doha from Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas writes,
Bolo Ram पंकज सेवा तीसरी भगति अमन चौथी भगति मम गुण गण करई कपट जिगान बोलो राम 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 गुरु पर पंकज सेवा ईश्वरी भगति चौथी भगति मम गुण गण करई कपट जिगान बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम बोलो राम.
In describing the 9 forms of devotion to Shabari, the Lord himself, Sri Ram says, Guru par pankaj seva. That by rendering seva, by worshipping Guru, one can realize God. By worshipping Guru, one can realize God because Guru is always one with God. His consciousness is always merged with God. And that is what we do in Bharat Sevashram Sangha. Even the Ramakrishna mission, their altar, our altar would have all the deities, but if you were to look at the Ramakrishna mission altar, it's only Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, and the Holy Mother, and they worship that. Even in Yogananda organization, you'll see now they would worship Guru. Because Patanjali also says that by meditating on a God-realized soul, we can attain God realization. And so by worshipping our Guru Maharaj, by chanting the Guru mantra, we too can realize God. Our Guru Maharaj, my God. There's so many people calling themselves gurus. But can we compare any one of them to Guru Maharaj? His incredible life, if you read it, it's so amazing. Other saints who have found God, they're great. But I've never heard of a spiritual being, of a sadhaka, who in his entire life never lost a single drop of his vital fluid, whose brahmacharya was perfect. Could he be a human being? Indeed, he was an incarnation of Shiva. I would like to end with this beautiful verse in tribute to our Guru Maharaj. If all the land were turned into paper, and all the seas turned into ink, and all the forests into pens to write with, they will still not suffice to describe the greatness of the God-realized Guru. We're so blessed, dear ones, to have such a Guru as our Guru, our Guru Maharaj. From this day, Trishul Purnima, until Maghi Purnima, 1 month away every year, during this period, Guru Maharaj's grace is easily given. His mercy is easily given to those who are in tune with Him, to those who make the effort to strive harder to know God, to know Him. His blessings would pour into them if they are ready. Let us make maximum use of this period. Let us do more job, more prayers during this 1 month from Trishul Purnima to Maghi Purnima. We will have more and more of the blessings of Guru Maharaj. May his blessings pour into us. May we realize God in this life. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.